Like spice melange. Yeah. It was a movie script for a long time, and me and Evan were producing the movie, and Kyle and Ariel were writing it. We've worked with them for years. They've been producers on a lot of the movies we've made and instrumental to making them watchable. And there was a point where it just became clear that it would make a better TV show than movie, and that TV got gotten to a place that this kind of thing would be original, a really plot-driven, a show with a plot and stakes and life or death scenarios that are really taken seriously, but comedically. It's kind of what we've done in Pineapple Express, and This Is the End has a lot of elements like that, where there's this kind of ridiculous conceit, but beyond that, everyone is pretty taking it as seriously as one would, and that idea was just really exciting, and Ben we had known since 50/50. He was a producer on that with us, and Kyle and Ariel worked on that as producers as well, and we had just always remained friends and looked for something to work on together. Yeah, it really was, yeah.
Yeah, I was working, I was in doing network pilots, and the opportunity to work on something that just had a totally different tone and feel was really it was like manna.
Yeah, good reference. Like spice melange. Yeah.
It's incredible. It's the opportunity to kind of just create without any kind of sense of a limitation, because that's not what a network show is, or you can't say that on television, you can't do that on television. It was incredibly liberating, creatively, and they were very game. They've been very receptive to our kind of crazy show in this crazy world, and they're just kind of trusting us that it's going to work.
I mean, it's weird to have a comedy where we actually can't spoil what happens, but I mean, that is almost the craziest thing that we got to do, was make a comedy that really has a plot to it, that every episode is a cliffhanger and it really leads to the next one. And if you, and seriously, if you started watching in the 5th episode, you would have no fucking clue what was happening at all. It would be...
There are no standalones.
Yeah, there are no standalone episodes, the pilot, exactly. And so that to us was really what was the most exciting thing about it, was to do a half-hour comedy that functioned more like our movies function, that with real kind of stakes and story and plot, I think the truth is, I've had, since I was 18, I've had more than one job, basically, and it's kind of slowly added more. I started as an actor, and then I was an actor and a writer on a TV show, and then I became an actor and producer on movies, and I slowly just started adding things into the mix from a very young age, and I think it taught me how to compartmentalize and how to focus on one thing at a time, and how to really just manage a large workload.
It's really exciting. All of us are, to varying degrees, really into genre. So, there's not a lot of precedent for TV shows. Usually if a show, we'll touch on it, but it's really, very firmly rooted in the comedy, and it's just a little bit of, light, genre added in. And we really embraced, the challenge of trying to, kind of seamlessly bring together, comedy, action, sci-fi. The show is dramatic at times, and really, some of the scenes, have all of that going on at the exact same time. And it's weird, to watch. But that was the most exciting part for us, really, is how can we make this fight be really cool, but also have a comedic element to it, and can those things exist, side by side? Yeah. So that was really fun for us. It's hard. It's way harder than just doing one thing, but it was fun though, so it didn't feel that hard.
Yeah, we were working on Future Man at that time, and we were trying to figure out who should be in it. And he's in he plays Denny. I don't know if you've seen The Room, but he plays Denny in The Room. And there was one scene in particular where it just was like kind of perfect. It was one of those things where we just saw him do it. We're like, oh, that's kind of exactly what this other thing that we are trying to put together needs. He's very funny, but at the same time, he's very real and likable, and he's good at portraying stakes, intense stakes.
He's really comfortable with the action, which is great.
He's very comfortable with the action, but to us, that was almost the most important thing: is that he ground the show, that he makes it feel real and not just crazy, and that you are like rooting for him, which I think inherently you are, because he's a really nice, likable person. Yeah.
Yeah, well, he plays a video game that is supposedly unbeatable, and he's one of the best at it, but it's never been beaten.
So it's not that popular because no one can beat it, so they've kind of grown to dislike it.
Yeah. But he's like one of the last holdouts who's still playing, and then finally one day he gets some advice from an unlikely source, and he puts that advice to use, and he beats the game. And then he celebrates for a moment, and then they arrive.
The characters from the game arrive and tell him that it's a training and recruitment tool sent back to find the savior of humanity.
That's been a struggle all season.
Yeah, it has a lot of elements of actual science, of Back to the Future and Terminator and The Last Starfighter, and those were the kinds of things that a lot of James Cameron stuff.
A little bit of Sophie's Choice.
Yeah, a little Quantum Leap maybe sprinkled in there. I think it's tonally most like some of our movies, more like This Is the End or Pineapple Express, things, again, that kind of try to combine life or death stakes and characters having to deal with that, but also comedic.
There's definitely no TV analog, which I think is a good thing.
I hope is a good thing. It's how many Hulus we get. We're trying to get 30 Hulus, I think, per episode. I'm not sure, but I heard Handmaid got 30 Hulus, so we're trying to. I think as long as we're in the 20 Hulu range, I think we should be good. Yeah.
Binging the show is the way to go.
We pushed hard for it to be all put out at once. We thought it was.
Put it this way: if a day or two passes between episodes, you're not going to be able to follow the story. It's best if you just sit down, watch it all, and get it over with.
Exactly. They're half hour each, so it's like a 7-hour movie. It's like 3 short movies.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.